Hello everyone, welcome back to another PriceCP Roblox Studio tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make an automatic lift. Like this one you see right here. It goes up and down automatically. And if you put something on it, like a player or an object, it's going to lift the player or the object up with it to the next level. We're also going to learn how to make a censored lift. So this lift right here does not go up and down automatically. It's going to wait for somebody to step on it. It's going to sense when a person steps on it, and it's going to go up. It's going to carry the person up to the next floor. And also, we're going to learn how to make a transporter. You see this automatic transporter here? It's going to carry the player from one place to another place. Like right here, I can hop on it, and it's going to carry me to the other side. And there it goes. It's like taking the train. And also, we're going to learn how to make this moving platform that's going to carry the player with it. You can see it's moving, and it's carrying me on top of the platform. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make all those stuff. Now let's get right to the lesson. So now let's take a look at how we can build all those in Roblox Studio. Today's lesson is going to be on prismatic constraints. Let's go to our home menu tab. We're going to add a part, and we can scale the part. I'm going to color this part yellow, and I'm going to name it platform. Need to duplicate the part, and I'm going to rename this new platform to column. So now I have a column and I have a platform. I'm going to move my column out to the right, and let's color it black. I'm gonna scale it, make it a little bit thinner. Now let's make sure our column is anchored. Again, today's lesson is gonna be on prismatic constraints. So basically in Roblox, you can use a prismatic constraint to have a part slide along an axis. Let's now go to our model menu tab. We're gonna look for constraints, click on that. And first thing we wanna do is we wanna create a prismatic constraint. So click on create, click on prismatic. My first attachment is attachment 0. I want to put it on my column, so I'm going to put it right here. And the second attachment, I'm going to put it on the platform. Now you see there's a red line here, and if you hover your mouse cursor over it, let me go closer. You can see that there is an error message. It says warning, attachment 1 is not aligned with the slider axis. So to align that, what you want to do is you want to click on your platform. And one more thing I want to do here, because you see when I click on the platform, everything disappears, like all my attachment, they disappear. So what you want to do is you want to go click on constraints and click on constraints details. So now you can see everything again. Now with the platform selected, we're going to click on move. I'm going to move the platform back against the column. This way, the two attachments are like almost at the same location. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to resize our column. So I'm going to move back a little bit so you can see it better. Click on the column. And by the way, very important, just make sure your column is anchored. Now we're going to click on scale, and we're going to make our column taller. As tall as you want, it's up to you. So I'm going to make my column around 20 units. Now I want to show you something. If I move closer, you can see there's a green line here, and that is the slider axis. So basically what's going to happen is this part here, this platform here, it's going to be sliding along that slider axis. Now let's go to click on our prismatic constraint here. In case you're wondering where it is under the column. Right, so click on that and go to the properties window. You're going to see that there is a property called current position. So the current position is the current position of attachment 1. So right now it's at -19. you want to go to the actuator type. Instead of none, click on that and change it to servo. So we're adding a servo motor to this constraint, and the servo motor is going to move our platform. What the servo motor is going to do is it's going to move our platform from the current position, which is -19. It's going to move it to our target position, which is at position 0. That is where attachment 0 is. Let's now run tests and take a look. We're going to go to home and we're going to run. And you can see it's moving the platform up. It is kind of slow, so let's go back. We're going to change the speed of the motor. Instead of speed of 1, we're going to change it to 5 to make it go faster. And also we're going to give it some more power. So instead of servo max force, instead of 10,000, we're going to change it to 100,000. Let's run tests again and take a look. Now it's moving faster with more power. So this way it can carry a lot of players on top of it. So basically that is all there is to a prismatic constraint. It's going to move your part, whatever part is attached to attachment 1, to the location of attachment 0. Or if you prefer to move it to a different location, you can click on limits enable here, and then you can specify your own lower limit and upper limit. But in this case we don't need it, so we're just going to uncheck this box and we're going to use it as is. Now to turn this lift into an automatic lift, what we need to do is we're going to need to add a script to it. But before we do that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the platform and the column here, and I'm going to group them into a model. Let's name this model New Lift. Now again, this lift here right now is only going to move this platform from the bottom to the top to the target position, and it's going to stay there. So to turn this into an automatic lift that's going to keep on going up and down, what we need to do is we need to add a script to this. So I'm going to go to my new lift, I'm going to add a script, and in your script just enter the following lines. On the first line here, we're declaring our column. So we go from the script here to the parent to the column. And inside the column, we have the prismatic constraint. So we're declaring the prismatic constraint on the second line. Here we have an infinite while loop. We're going to set our target position to 0. So when we started out, the position is -19, which is at the bottom. The platform is at the bottom. It's going to move the platform to target position 0, which is at the top, where the attachment 0 is. And then it's going to wait for 7 seconds. It's going to move the platform back down to the bottom because we're setting the target position to -19. With prismatic constraint, it's automatically going to move to the target position. So depending on where your target position is, that's where it's going to move the platform to. Now play test and take a look. So I'm going to look for my new lift, which is right here. This is my new lift, and you can see it's at the top now. I'm going to wait for a little bit and it moves to the bottom, and it's going to go up and down automatically. It's just going to go to the top and waits for a little bit, then it goes to the bottom. Alright, and now I'm going to hop on it. Let's see what happened. It's taking me with it, and I can get off when it reaches the top. And that is how you make an automatic lift. Alright, so that is how we use prismatic constraints to make a lift in Roblox. And now let's take a look at how we make a censored lift, which senses when the player hops on the lift for it to move. So here I have a censored lift, and let me put that in focus. So here's my censored lift. So basically the concept is pretty much the same. The only difference is the script. Let's take a look at the script. Here we have the script. So first I'm declaring the platform. So the platform is here. On the second line here, I'm declaring my slider. So the slider is the column in the first example. And my slider is here. Inside the slider, we have the prismatic constraint. So this is the line that declares the prismatic constraints. I'm basically adding a touch event to the platform. So whenever the platform is touched, I'm checking to see if it's a player that hops on the platform. If it is a player, then we're gonna do all these code. If it is not a player, we're just gonna return an N. So when it is a player that hops onto the platform, we're gonna turn off the can't touch property of the platform. And we change the target position to 0. That's gonna move the platform up. We're gonna wait for 7 seconds and we change the target position to -20. It's gonna move the platform down. And then we put the can't touch property back to true. So now other players can use the platform afterwards. Let's run tests and take a look. So the first one here is an automatic platform. The other one is an automatic platform as well, but this green platform here is a censored platform. So it does not move at all until somebody hops onto it and it takes the person to the top floor. We can get out and exit. In the next example here you can see we have a transporter. Basically a transporter, the player is gonna hop on the platform and it's gonna take the player from one place to another place. To make the transporter is very simple. You just gotta take the automatic lift, right? And you rotate it 90 degrees like this. Make it flat, right? And you just gotta resize the column to make it longer, and then you flatten the part here, the platform, to make it into this shape. One thing you need to do is you need to go to the script and you gotta change the target position here, because now your column is longer. So instead of -20, you gotta change it to -100 to match the length of the column. And also I changed the task wait, the wait time here. The rest is exactly the same as the automatic lift. Let's now play test and take a look at the transporter. So there is my transporter. Let's see if I can catch it. Oh, I got it. So we're just gonna wait. It's like a you know, it's like a subway or a train. It goes on schedule. And here we're gonna wait for a little bit more, and then it's gonna, when the time comes, it's gonna go. And that is how you make a transporter that takes the player from one place to another place. Now to turn this transporter into a moving platform that carries the player is extremely simple. All you have to do is go to the column. In this case, I call it the slider. And you just gotta change the transparency of that part from 0 to 1 to make it disappear. Let's play test and take a look. And there it is. Oh, I didn't make it. Let me try again. That is so high. Wow, my platform is going away. Let me try and catch it on this side. Oh, finally got it. Now I'm waiting and it's moving. So that is how you make a moving platform that carries the player on top of it. Alright everyone, that's how you use prismatic constraints in Roblox. You can make lifts, you can make automatic lifts, you can make censored lifts, you can make transporters, and you can make platforms that carries the players with it. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care everyone. Peace.